We are all acquainted with the flu and the common cold. It is a passing disease that at best gives us some days of rest at home, and at worst a high fever. But this was not the case. More than 100 years ago, a deadly disease struck the world. The world was in crumbles. The First World War was finishing with a death toll of 20 million people. A new type of influenza was discovered in Spain. Spain, at that time, was neutral and did not have any reason to lie or cover the new disease that was infecting more and more people, like its neighbors did. And thus, Spain was the first to report the new disease. Hence, the disease was labeled as the Spanish flu, even though it is generally accepted that it did not originate in Spain. But what was the Spanish flu? It is a type of influenza, or flu, a virus that attacks the respiratory system. The flu virus is highly contagious. When an infected person coughs, sneezes or talks, respiratory droplets are generated and transmitted into the air, and then can be inhaled by anyone nearby. Additionally, a person who touches something with the virus on it and then touches his or her mouth, eyes or nose can become infected. The flu was so devastating that it killed an estimated 20 to 50 million people. Those aged between 30 and 49 were more susceptible, and for some reason the old were not as much affected. At that time, there was no hope for a vaccine, so most of the preventive measures that were taken were the shutting down of schools, public gatherings, and quarantining the sick. The devastation was so massive that in US alone it lowered the life expectancy by 12 years. Even with those measures, the flu spread in the entire world, causing millions of deaths in less than 2 years. Up to 50 million people died. More than 500 million people got infected. What are the lessons to learn from the Spanish flu? First, take preventive measures. In the time of pandemic, hygiene and isolation are the paramount importance until the infection passes. Second, racism because of a name. During the Spanish flu, even if the disease did not originate in Spain, the Spanish were prone to racism even in the years to come. Third, extreme measures by the government kept the disease at bay. It is believed that if several states would not take extreme measures, the disease could have killed more than double. So trusting the public health official is not a bad strategy after all. Fourth, telling the truth about the pandemic. The Spanish flu was so disastrous because many of the countries were so busy fighting each other that they didn't notice the disease. When they noticed it, it was already late. They hid the real numbers and no one took preventive measures. Fifth, the disease might mutate. The Spanish flu was distributed in 2 waves. The first one was mild and was not taken seriously. The second wave was more deadly, causing people's skin to become blue and collapsing due to pneumonia and fluid in their lungs. History repeats itself, so we can take some valuable lessons from when humanity fought one as a whole.